Hey guys, welcome to Digit.in, and what we have with us today is the Sony Bravia A8F TV. Now, Sony first showed off this TV at CES 2018, which was in January, and it is now available in India. The version we have with us is the 55-inch version, which, now get this, on Sony's website, the price is a whopping 3,40,000 rupees approx. But if you go on Amazon, the 55-inch variant is available for about 2.5 lakh rupees. So yeah, that's the price difference. It's also available in a 65-inch size variant, but the one we have with us is a 55-inch one that we are going to review. So is this flagship OLED TV worth your money? Well, we're about to find out. The Sony A8F oozes a premium design. For the duration of the review, we had the TV on its tabletop stand. The stand has a small footprint, which means that when you place it on a small table, it will hold. There is only one major drawback of putting the TV on a table stand. If you are one that has a soundbar or keeps a Blu-ray player or a gaming console or anything that stands 3 inches tall, when kept on a table, you will hamper the viewing experience of the TV, as there is no space between the stand and the TV. It all sits flush together. If you have a tabletop where nothing but the TV will sit, then you can consider putting it on a table. Otherwise, I recommend wall mounting the TV. Most of the connectivity options are at the back of the TV. At the back, you have the Ethernet port, RF port, 3 HDMI ports, 1 USB port, optical audio port, and the antenna port. On the side, you have the composite video input, HDMI, 1 HDMI input, 2 USB ports, IR blaster port, and the headphones out. The connectivity options are plentiful. A good thing about the TV is the cable management at the back. If you are one that is finicky about the cable management, then there are panels which cover the back to help you route the cables neatly. With good cable management, all you will see on your wall or tabletop is the TV. The bezels surrounding the TV are thin, giving you one of the most immersive viewing experiences. Overall, the build quality of the TV is top-notch, and its design is slim, minimalist, and ideal for a home entertainment setup. Unlike the A1 OLED TV, the A8F doesn't have a picture frame inclined, and I think that's a good thing. Now, the panel on the A8F is exactly the same that we saw on the A1 that launched last year. Now, this isn't really a bad thing, especially when you consider the fact that the A1 was a fantastic OLED TV, and if it ain't broke, why fix it kind of a policy has been used. So the picture quality that you're going to get on the A8F is exactly the same as the A1. Thanks to the Netflix app on the TV, you can enjoy all your content in glorious 4K Dolby Vision. Thanks to the OLED panel, you get some of the best colors, deep blacks, and vivid visuals we have seen on a TV. The only downside is that the panel is reflective. Now, this isn't a problem with the Sony TV, it's a problem with all OLED TVs available in the market. So if you have a light source behind you while watching the TV, you will be able to see its reflection in the panel. Now let's go ahead and break down the performance of this TV. The beauty of an OLED TV is the ability to produce infinite contrast ratio, true blacks and deep colors, and all of it is there in the Sony A8F. Watching Netflix through the built-in app gave us access to Dolby Vision content, and it looked breathtaking. Daredevil Season 2 Episode 3 Staircase fight sequence was very detailed, and you could see every bit of it. The 4K HDR library on Netflix and Prime Videos in India is limited, but what is there is an absolute treat. The Grand Tour Season 1 Episode 1, where you have so many cars driving through the desert, is a sight to behold. If you are going to consume 4K HDR content from a very good source, then this TV will be an awesome experience. A large catalog of Netflix and Prime Videos content in India is in 1080p. From Spider-Man Homecoming to John Wick and a lot more, we enjoyed a lot of movies on this TV. The Red Circle fight sequence from John Wick looked stellar, which is a testament to the upscaling capabilities of the TV. The Red Circle fight scenes has a lot of reds, blues, and darkness thrown into the mix, and it looks fantastic. Before we move to gaming, there is one thing you should know. The HDMI 2 and 3 ports aren't set to HDMI 2.0 full bandwidth by default. I highly recommend going into the settings and enabling them to make the most of the 4K HDR devices you will connect to the TV. We played our standard suite of test games using a PS4 Pro and an Xbox One X on the TV. These games range from Battlefield to Uncharted Lost Legacy, God of War, Gears 4, Forza Horizon, and many more. If you have access to a 4K capable console, then you are in for a treat. All the games we played on the two consoles made us drool. Speaking of the sound, the Sony A8F has the same acoustic surface we saw on the A1 OLED. This makes the entire screen the speaker. Two actuators behind the TV vibrate the screen to create the sound. The TV also has a subwoofer at the back for low frequencies. The audio from the TV is as good as it was on the A1. Now the beauty of the sound system on this TV is that if a particular character is talking on the left of the screen or in the center or the right, the sound actually comes from that exact same position. So if you sit in front of the TV with your eyes closed and if a character is talking from a particular side of the TV, you will be able to pinpoint that, and it is fantastic when it is in action. However, it's sad that you really don't get any surround effects from this TV. If you want a surround effect, you will have to invest in a home theater. If there is one department where the TV lacks, it is with the remote control. It is the same remote control that was present with Sony's 2016 flagships. This is 2018. The remote is functional and gives you access to all the possible inputs and shortcuts. You have dedicated playback controls that work with all streaming apps. You have a shortcut for Netflix and no other streaming service. If you see how LG and Samsung have their motion-enabled remotes, minimalistic, stylish, and convenient to use, then Sony's remote feels outdated. It's functional for sure, but it isn't 2018. Now, a department where the TV needs an overhaul is with the UI. The TV is running on Android UI, which is of course made by Google. So technically, Google needs to step up and do something about the UI. But nonetheless, Android on TV isn't as awesome as it is on smartphones, and it really needs a rehaul. Boot up the home screen and you will see some of the most useless YouTube recommendations right on top. There are two separate lines for apps and the settings are right at the bottom. Now the biggest problem with this UI is that it is slow at times, and for a TV that you're going to pay about 3 lakh rupees for, this is unacceptable. There are times when I pressed the action menu and it took more than 10 seconds for the menu to appear, and that is a big bummer. However, it does have features like built-in Chromecast, the ability to side-load apps, which are perks of running Android on a TV, so there's that. The remote control of the TV has voice recognition, which works as well as it does with the Google Assistant on a smartphone and is one of the most useful features on this TV. So, to sum it all up, the Sony A8F is some exquisite old wine in a fancy new bottle. It has the same panel as the A1 OLED of last year. It has the same processor. If you go on Sony's website, every key specification on both the televisions is identical, with of course the biggest difference being this stand. The A1 had a picture frame kind of a stand where the TV was tilted slightly backwards. Out here on the tabletop stand, it is absolutely straight with a very slight tilt back, which is almost unnoticeable, so that is great. If you already own an A1 OLED, you really don't need to upgrade to the A8F. If you are looking to pick up a new OLED in 2018, the A8F can definitely be on your list. It is one of the best premium televisions that we have tested, especially when it comes to enjoying 4K content. It has the Dolby Vision update, so if you have the 4K subscription of a service like, let's say, Netflix, the minute you have a show that supports Dolby Vision, it's going to be visible right there before you hit play, so that is fantastic. If you have devices like the Apple TV 4K, which has a lot of Dolby Vision content, or if you are just looking for a television to set up as a home theater, this can definitely be on your list if it is suiting your budget. However, the Android operating system does need a lot of work. This remote right here, I mean, look at it. Compared to the remote controls that we have seen from LG, from Samsung, the new sleeker styles, the new Apple TV remote, the remote also could do with an overhaul, a nice simpler design, more minimalistic, fewer buttons. The voice controls work well. The panel is reflective, but that's the case with all the OLEDs available in the market today. So that's something you'll have to consider. If you have strong light sources behind you while watching the TV, it is going to hamper your viewing experience. This TV is perfect for a darkroom viewing experience where you can take all the advantage of the visual elements like the deep blacks and the vibrant colors that it showcases. So there you have it, guys. That was our review of the A8F. You can always let us know what you thought of this video in the comment section below. If you liked it, you can hit the like button. For more videos like this one, you can subscribe to our channel. And if you have any questions about the TV, you can let us know in the comment section. We will do our best to answer it. That's it for this review. We will catch you in another one.